But to your question about, inspiration and stuff, we have a new album that's coming out May 6th, Misery Made Me.
Right.
It's a record that was really written in lockdown,
The whole thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
We our album before came out March of 2020.
That's right. You guys were touring on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably the worst time you could ever release a record in human history, honestly.
Well, I mean, it's not like you knew you had a crystal ball or anything.
No. Would have went back and bought crypto too if I had that crystal ball.
Yeah.
But that's another story.
Got a few friends that we could talk about that off camera.
But I think it was a lot of emotions changing. All of us had, right? There were times when it was like, oh fuck, I can do nothing but I'll just do a puzzle today. This is kind of sick. And then the next day you're like, God, I hate this. And then you go from fear, the tour got canceled. Am I going to be able to make ends meet for a while, financially? Do I need to just start saying yes to every email I get, every opportunity, to sadness, to anger? And there was so much. I'd wake up and I'd be like, all right, I'm pick up a guitar today. What am I feeling? Mm-hmm. And there's this one particular song. It's the heaviest song Silverstein's ever written. It's called "Die Alone," and
that's the single that's coming out.
It's coming
tomorrow.
out. Yeah, exactly. It's coming out very soon.
The people at home listening and watching right now have already had a chance to listen to it.
Yeah.
By the time this comes out.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll agree. This is heavy. This is dark. But I made a demo of it. Just tuned the guitar down super low. Cranked up the amp. I had feet I didn't even use a virtual plugin. I used a real amp, and I was sitting right beside us. I just had this feedback, and I was just, this old 800 JCM 800 that I picked up. Okay. I've always wanted an 800, and I found I found a good deal on it. Great, the year I wanted.
Which was
the 82, and it's the one with the, I don't know. It's the one, the lead series one.
Everyone
one
look
channel.
Up 82 JCM.
It's the one channel one, And so I just cranked it up, and it was just like, okay, I'm fucking pissed off. I just am. And at that day I was. I'm not every day I was. No. That day I was, and I kind of came up with these riffs, and I sat in the desk with this microphone, and I just screamed, and it was like a very cathartic, emotional performance that I never expected anyone to hear. It was almost just getting this out. But when I listened back to it, I was like, damn, man, this is I don't think I've ever made mouth sounds like this before. You know, it was different. So then when it came time to actually record the song in the studio, I was like, damn, I have to beat the demo. Because there's something about the demo from where I was mentally, where I was sitting, just the environment that day. So it was okay, it was something we had to sort of recreate.
Right.
And there was a lot of referencing, the demo. How did I do that? That scream, in that spot. So
you have to watch out for demoitis though sometimes, right?
You do. Oh, for sure. Demoitis is a totally real thing. But sometimes though you do listen back to the demo and you're like,
We do a lot of shootouts with some guitar tones that we get in some of the demo stuff too. Just the tones themselves. And you're just you bring in all the equipment, all the different guitar heads and pedals and everything, and you're like, yeah, this digital one still sounds better for whatever reason.
I know. And we could talk about this little sidebar about the first time I heard about Kemper amps. This is probably back to 2013 or 14. We were making a record, and we had this old GMP Marshall that we'd used on a bunch of stuff, and it sounds great. So I was like, I don't want to see a Kemper. We're bringing any amp you want. I don't want to see a Kemper. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So we A/B'd the two amps, the JMP, just sick amp versus the fake one. The fake one.
Blind hear test.
Blind.
Yeah.
I heard them. I was like, I know. That's the real one. That's the fake one.
And the producer said, no.
I was fucking wrong. And after that, I was like, okay.
I think we've all been there. Every recording artist has been there, I think.
Yeah. So now I'm like, why are we bringing amps to the studio? Let's just bring. But we did record a lot of real amps.
I think there's a good happy medium between everything.
Yeah.
It is great that the technology has come so far with everything to emulate, but there's something about the warmth of still having that real stuff on a record too.
There is. And speaking of this song, there's a lot of feedback too.
Yeah.
So you
I
can't
had the
record.
privilege of getting a sneak peek at the song already.
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, I wouldn't describe it as your heaviest because you guys have a lot of heavy stuff. In my opinion, of course, you're the artist and you're the one who created it. And maybe you're meaning it in a different way, but I was really stoked to hear more of that punk rock speed to it in the song. And I thought that was like, that's something that I've heard in flashes over the 22 years you guys have done, but like a full verse like that was something that I hadn't necessarily heard.
Yeah, we have a couple, you know, like you brought up Fat Mike, and I know you guys are friends with NoFX.
Yeah.
And I love the linoleum and all that. So, you know, for me growing up, after, you know, I got through my Metallica metal phase and I found out about punk rock, NoFX was my favorite band.
Fuck yeah.
So, you know, all the like double time fast drums, like that's all I wanted to listen to for a long time. It's like, oh, it's not fast, I don't want to listen to it.
Oh, dude, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Metal, there was like 1 year when I hated metal, then I was like, nah, there's room for both. I like them both.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even know, if you ask me my favorite kind of music, I don't really have an answer. I like everything. But that, you know, double time fast drumming was something I think at the beginning of Silverstein we tried to stay away from just because I'd done it before.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a new project, but then like it's still an influence. So there's been a few times over the years we've done that. But you're right, this has been the first time we've done this like double time, you know, hardcore punk inspired rhythm in a few records at least.
Right.
So it was fun. It's obviously got a lot of energy to it too. But the feedback had to be there, and you can't record feedback properly through like monitors, like through NS10, studio monitors. So got to get in the room. It's got to be loud. You got to get right up to the speaker and. I recorded the feedback, and then the next day I didn't like it, so I recorded it again. I did feedback twice, you know.